Hello and welcome back to my garage here in Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. So, jeez, excuse me. So exciting news! We have the Porsche DLC available today. There'll be a brief pause here while I go to deal with something. Okay, unpaused. Sorry about that. Having animals, having pets is fulfilling, but occasionally a bit annoying. So, what was I saying? The Porsche DLC landed today. I have it. And it has the cars that I have been waiting to work on again. And there we go. 911 Carrera 4S, 911 Turbo, and the Carrera GT. So this is cool. I've been wanting these back. And so I was going to look and see no Porsche orders. So we're going to make a stab at finding one in the junkyard. I went through and checked the config files. Of the four, three of them are available in the junkyard. One of them isn't. The Carrera GT is not by default available in the junkyard, but I added it to the config, so it should be there now. So we're going to make a stab at this. So this is the first time, this is actually the first time today that I have loaded the game with the DLC installed, and the first time I've come to the junkyard with it. What do you think the chances are that we're going to find one in the junkyard on this trip? My guess would be low. It's a Del Rey custom there. In fact, I think it's the same paint scheme. It looks like the same paint scheme as what I put on the one that we did the other day. Del Rey Custom Fury, it's the same car. It's the car I sold, and somebody has already wrecked it. Well, it doesn't have the supercharged engine in it, though. It just looks like the same car. In real life, I sold a car. Well, I junked it, really, because it was a wreck. There's a Porsche down there. Or no, that's a McLaren, I think. Yeah, that's the F1. How much are you? 1.2 million. Are you kidding me? $1.23, 1.29. That would leave us about 60 grand to work on the car. No. That is not happening. End up having to do oh, that's the Salem, no, the Jaguar E-Type. Okay. And this is, I think, the Hellcat. Yes, this is actually a fun car to do. It's simple, but it has that, it looks like an old school Chevy Nova. And what are you? This is like one of the newer cars, I think. No, I'm sorry, it's not. Bold Cape. I'm not going to buy anything here unless either I find one of the Porsches or I find something I really like. And so far, it's not looking like it. Maybe we'll check the salvage auction as well. What are you? Sixon Cebulion. I don't know what that car is supposed to be an analog for. It might be worth doing at some point. How much are you? 4,600. No, 330. That's the estimated value. So the buy price is 3,800. Okay, I'm not going to buy anything here. Okay, and I want to check the auctions. And we're not going to spend a lot of time screwing around with this. If we don't find one in fairly short order, we're going to go ahead and do the next story order, because I'm short. I need like 1400 XP to the next level. And as much fun as building cars up is, it's not going to get us to where we need to be. Look at all these. This one is 857,000. 1.2 million for that one, and those are salvage cars. What else is here? Nothing. No Porsches. Well, that's to be expected, I guess. Wait a minute. That, back. This Jaguar XJS, starting price at 34, and the one we did we sold for 190 something. That would be a good one to do. Not gonna do it right now. So no Porsche in the junkyard, no Porsche in the auction. I think I'll make one more attempt at it. I think some of them are actually found in the barn. Let's try the barn. Okay, so at first I thought there might be only one barn design, but because I kept seeing the same barn, but this one is a little bit different. But there's only two cars. No, wait, there's a car over there. It looks like a Ribson. Ah, around this way. 530Z. Z530. Well, shoot. Okay, I guess let's find the case and we'll get out of here. Because I don't really want to buy any of these cars either. Okay, so I went back to the shop, I went to the junkyard, didn't find anything, came back to the shop, came back to the salvage auction, to the auctions. There's nothing in there, but here in the salvage auctions there is this. I wanted to show it here in this location. I really want to do a Porsche tonight, and I didn't want to just have it appear in the shop. I wanted to show you guys the process of finding the car. So here we are. And this is the 911 RS. This is not the turbo. And I will be keeping this car, which is, I suppose, I wonder if I can look at the, yeah, that's what I want to look at. Factory color's black. Wow. And what kind of shape are we in? Terrible. But that's to be expected. Yeah, let's see how the auction goes. Starting at 1200. I imagine it's going to go up to 100 grand, something like that. Let's see. I was sitting here I couldn't talk because I was sitting here spam clicking the bid button. So the starting price was 10 and we're up to 44 grand to buy it. And it's going to be outside. You are sad looking. So where are we? 1833. This is not a big deal. None of this is a big deal though. Body, frame, and interior are easy. It's just the parts that take a little time. So buy price 43, profit 12. I could sell it right now and gain 1200. And I always like to check after the wash. So it gained about 800 bucks after the wash. Yeah, you don't have much in the way of body parts on you. And... $964, it's the same thing, I should have known. I think they look different. There's more detail to them than there was before. Get this case dealt with. And another case and a barn map. Another barn map. That was a big chunk of XP. 650 XP. That was a huge piece of what we were missing there. Oh! Damn you. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. That's not what I want to do. I want to drain. You know, I think this is the first car I've ever bought that had the fuse box cover. All the fuse boxes have been just coverless. Can I take... No. I was thinking that shouldn't let me take that out. This is different. This wasn't here before, like this. There's a whole cutout there that's all new. I did a lot of Porsches in the old game. I see some stuff that's subtly different. Yeah, that's different. That's different. Let's see, I need to drain the oil. So I don't spill anything else on the floor. What else can I take off of here? Get rid of the exhaust pieces. There should be performance pieces for the exhaust, because there were before. Yeah, the RS. And you used to be able to have the... You could put these on and without having to remove them to get the engine out. I actually really want to get the car cleaned up before I go any further. $22.50, that's the most expensive one yet. It's like, no, I do not want to repair that again. Okay, repaired up the fuel thing, which I don't need, and I forgot to take that out. Just leave that on there for now. What do I have for body parts? Front bumper, rear bumper, left mirror, left door, right door. Okay, so we need the glass and the lights. Tail lights in the trunk. The right side mirror. I think the front left fender. I gotta get license plates for it too. Oop, thought I bought everything. Now I was sure I bought a windshield. What the hell? Unless I bought, no, yeah, this isn't set up the way it used to be, where you put in Porsche 911 and you would get everything. You get the RS and the Turbo and the 4S. But since they have them all broken out into separate categories, I shouldn't have bought any of the wrong parts. And the Turbo parts are interchangeable anyway. You could put them on here if you wanted to. Just wouldn't look right. Yeah, that's all done. And we're at 78 grand now, up 36 from where we started, so that's not bad at all. Oh, I guess I didn't put the taillights in, huh? Or I bought the wrong, too many of something. You know, it occurs to me that I should have... I need to get out of that mode. It occurs to... No. Dang it. It occurs to me that I should have, like, logged those parts before I deleted them. Now, the oil filter before, for the Porsches, it was a... I don't remember. I mean, it didn't say the M64.01. I think it was just oil filter B6. Because there's a different B6 engine for the turbo. Did I buy that power steering reservoir? Yes, I did. Yeah, it would have been a good idea to log all those fuses, because it had all the fuses in it. You know, when I went back to play 2018 the other day to check out the Hot Rod DLC, the superiority of the wish list functionality that they've built into this game is so hugely apparent. I mean, I'm glad that we didn't have this kind of part stuff in the 2018, because holy crap, it would have taken forever to buy all those things in the 2018 store. That is all of that stuff. Now, longtime viewers will know that I like things to be red, but I'm finding this really, really, really appealing. Is it just bottomed out? It is, yeah. They used to have livery for the Porsches. I think it has like white lettering. Yeah. It has white lettering here and here. I'm pretty sure it has just white and black lettering. I'm going to leave it without any lettering. When those wheels are chromed with this black ink spot paint job, oh my god, it is going to be incredible. Because you used to be able to paint the Porsche rims too in 2018, and hopefully we can still do that. Oh, that didn't come off because that's still connected. I expected that knuckle to come off and it didn't, and it startled me for a moment until I realized that I was an idiot. Well, this will be cool because we can do the performance brakes on it too. And I'll paint the calipers. I'll paint the calipers black to match the car. Were there any tires in the back? I think there was. No, there aren't. No tires, no drive shafts. We're inside the transmission there. So this is going to be another one of those cars where we're buying a lot of parts for it. Like it only had one wheel. Okay, that's going well. And this is something I love about 2021. In 2018, the engine crane was always at the front of the car, regardless of whether the engine was in the front or the back. So whenever I worked on a Porsche in 2018, the engine crane was always at the front. And I love that they have it changed so that it goes to the proper end of the car. That rim should be in pretty good shape, it looks like. Not really good, but good enough. 48%. I gotta see. I remember that this has different wheels in the front and back. So they're all 18. Now the 964 rim for the turbo, I like this rim better. It has studs around it, and the Porsche logo is in color. In this case, I'm going to buy these to remain stock, but I'm still going to chrome them. Those are all 18. 235, 40, 18. So that's going to be for the front. Going with race tires too, because the vintage tires are not going to be anywhere near good enough. 265, 35, 18. Okay, all of our tires. There's going to be a ton of stuff that we don't have. $14, $15, $16 full-size bushings. For the front should be 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 2, 4, 6, 8. It's going to be 20, I think. It's going to be 20. And it's okay if I buy an extra one or two. If I'm counting it correctly, I'm pretty sure it's going to need 20 bushings total. What the hell? Oh, how did I not? Well, I think it was just the regular front sway bar. And I need the tie rods because I whacked those. Gotta get the brake pad. Grab the discs. See that it shifted everything because it's added. This is the part for this is the air filter for the 9 for the 4S, and then the B6. This is the turbo. No, this is the non-turbo, and then this is the turbo air filter. It looks like a lot of this. It looks like nothing we took off the car was red. I'll go ahead and grab the hub bearings and the caps. And there were no rear drive axles, but I don't remember which ones it actually takes. Need also the front and rear double wishbone. And there were some suspension arms back there that it didn't have. Yeah, I don't think it actually had any rear shocks in it. No, it didn't. But I know that it needs them. Come on. That should be all of those. I have the engine in my... Come on. There we go. I have the engine in my pocket, so let's go ahead and put that on here. And it is complete. It looks like it's all there. should be able to reuse quite a bit of this. But there should also be a bunch of stuff to replace with performance parts. The fuel rails and the cylinder heads and the spark plugs and the wires, all that stuff was performance before, and hopefully it still is. Now the wires and caps, the caps rather, were not performance before. They had a specific Porsche cap. And they didn't have a distributor rotor, and they do now. That's different. They didn't used to have a rotor. See, the power steering pump we can replace. They didn't have the alternators behind here, and there wasn't a alternator for this. There wasn't a performance alternator for the Porsche before, so there probably isn't still one. Or there's still probably. Why am I not getting that out properly? There probably still isn't one, is what I was attempting to say. Timing chains and shoes and cam gears, none of that stuff is repairable. The head covers are, so hopefully we can reuse those. See the camshaft bearing, throw that away. Camshaft. There were performance camshafts before, again. So hopefully they have added those. Because I really don't want to have to take this engine apart later. If they've added if they add performance parts later on, like they did with the Chrysler DLC, I really don't want to have to take this whole engine apart again to put stuff in. Okay. This is a complex engine, but it's one that I really enjoy doing. Because and once you understand it, it goes together really easily. It's just a pleasure to put together. Okay, now that's all of that. Actually don't really need to turn it upside down because there's no oil pan on this thing. Look at that. That's really, I don't think I've ever seen that level of I don't know, filth. They really went all in on the graphical upgrades for this game. This engine would be so totally seized up, man. How filthy it is. Turn it back up because it doesn't really need to be upside down. Okay, let's see how much. 13 pages. Alright, bear with me, here we go. See, that there is something I wouldn't bother. That's something I shouldn't really bother to repair. I'm not going to use it. I got kind of excited with so much stuff to repair because so much of the stuff we took off there, we didn't take anything off that was red. I don't think I've ever done that in a car where everything is potentially fixable except for the things that flat out aren't, like the pistons and rings. And the clutch plate and the flywheel, things like that, even though the clutch itself is. But, yeah, I need to buy the pistons and rings. I need to buy the spark plugs. The caps and stuff are okay. I think we're going to get all the clips back if I don't screw anything up. The manifolds and throttles should be performance. The fuel rails. The blower's not, or it wasn't before. And so I'm repairing a bunch of stuff that we'll sell, and we'll replace everything else with performance parts. You know, I'm pretty sure that those caps weren't repairable before. I don't remember. Maybe they were. I mean, they didn't have a separate. Well, they had a separate distributor cap for the 911s previously, but they didn't have a distributor rotor, which of course I'm not going to use. Oops. I'm not going to use that or that. So at least we should make back a certain amount of money selling the repaired parts. Somebody building a completely stock 911, since mine is going to be fully upgraded. And it occurs to me too that this isn't just engine parts. There's also body parts in my not body. There's also running chassis parts, suspension parts, and drivetrain parts in my inventory besides the engine stuff. There might actually even be more parts from the engine, since you have to break down the cylinder heads and cylinders. Well, that's another thing that I'll replace. Ah, damn it. Wow, that was a lot of stuff, wasn't it? God. And it occurred to me in the middle of all that, I must have repaired the suspension pieces already before I got to work on the engine. Yeah, I did break that, damn. But, let's see, we need one of those. Clutch pieces can go away. Need to buy one of those. Well, there's the clutch for the Carrera GT right there. So we need 2 of these, 6 of these, 6 of those, 2 of them, 2 of them, 1 of these, 1 of those, 1 of those, 1 of those, and the rest of this stuff is for the turbo. Pistons and spark plugs. Keep hitting the escape key when I don't mean to. Yeah, well, that was whatever. I always prefer to sell those things when I can. So these heads can go. $450 a pop for the heads. Camshafts can go because we're replacing those. Where'd the other one go? No. Well, I am going to sell that. So that can go, 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 that. The clips I need, the distributor rotor we're going to replace. I wondered if they would have the, yeah, see, they don't have the Porsche distributor or cap here. I thought they might, but they didn't have those in the old game either. So the brakes, I repaired all the discs. $50, $50, $35, $35 for that. That should be. Need still 2 more calipers and 2 more cylinders. Get rid of all the old pistons and rings. And the old plugs. Wait a minute. Oh, this thing needs this has 2 plugs per cylinder. Forgot. Okay, and what else do we need to get still? I saw the pulleys. And yeah, the crankshaft pulley, gotta replace that. Don't need to replace that, already got one. Need to replace that and that. Okay, I think that's actually everything. Already got that though. Now there was something I thought was in here. Oh, I need the pump. And there's no Porsche alternator in here, unfortunately. Oh, the wires. I don't think I need to buy two of those. I don't know why I marked it twice. That's in the shop. That's in the electric shop. I think I actually bought that already, didn't I? Pretty sure I did. Yep, there it is. I think that's everything for the engine, right? I'm pretty sure I repaired all the caps too. There's one there. I always forget the sort of clamshell nature of this engine. I think it's interesting that when you look at this from the top, you can see how the 6 cylinders are offset slightly, which makes sense, but I hadn't really noticed it before until one day, when you can see that this one is offset from this one, from this one, from this one, from this, from this, which totally makes sense. I mean, it's obvious. But the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, I'll be damned. This is weird. Yeah, that never used to be a thing. And I bet, you see, look, it clips through there. I wonder if the regular non-performance one does. I really love how shiny all these parts are. And it's so good that we were able to reuse so much of this car. I mean, I can't get over the fact that there was nothing on it that was broken. There's a lot of stuff that wasn't there, but nothing that was on it was broken. one of the original intake manifolds, one of the original exhaust manifolds managed to escape the purge there. And this is something that always manages to throw me, that always managed to throw me off. Because there are 4 separate head covers for this thing. But it's like 2 A's, a B, and a D. Because the other one has the oh no, that's not this one, it's the other one. Anyway. It's not, the oil fill cap is not on here, it's on the body of the car. Hopefully I have all the belts. Air filter base. Oh, I think, yeah, I was in the wrong store. That's all. I think that's like the fastest I've ever assembled one of these. I keep doing that, damn it. Yeah, I don't think I've ever assembled one of those engines quite so fast. It took longer to get the parts together than it did to put it together. See, this is something that, this is different too. It used to be that you could only put the starter on from the engine compartment. So you had to raise the car, put in the transmission, lower the car, and install the starter. And I didn't have to do that this time, which is really nice. Oh wait, I don't want to do that yet. Now, I think those upper suspension arms came off the front. I have a feeling that this video might run long because I spent some time putzing around at the beginning looking for this car, so I appreciate you for paying attention up to this point. It shouldn't be too much longer. Since we just have some painting to do. Of course, the fluids and stuff need to go in. Looks like I bought the right number of bushings too. That pleases me. Alright. Gotta get the rims painted, get the rims chromed out, paint the calipers, and then we'll be good to go. For a second there, I lost my mind. See, that looks really, really good. I think this design is slightly different than it used to be. Okay, so there's some things we can get rid of, like that. And all that should be left here is wheels and tires and brakes. Oh my god, that looks so good. Can't wait to get it on the car. Okay, now, in the home stretch. And that should be the 265. I hope I did. Yeah, for a second there. Oh, for a second I thought I may have put the 265 on the front. Okay. I think we are 100%. Perfect. So all we need to do now is fluid it up. Look at the way that can is clipping into the air filter. And this car doesn't have a radiator per se, so there's no coolant. There will be the windshield wiper and the brake fluid. Okay, that is done. Now we can go and get it straight, and then we can drive it, and then we can see how much money it's worth. That one is like pointing at the ceiling. Okay, now for the dyno. Never can remember where these options are. They changed them slightly, and I still haven't learned them. God, that car looks good. Looks amazing. So 262. It's not a turbo engine, so probably 350. 350, maybe 400. I'd be surprised if it got above 400. .77, 82%. That's pretty good. That's really good. Compare that with my other favorite car. As time goes on, I will probably experiment with different rims. I wanted to do the stock build this time. Well, stock-ish, since it's all performance parts. It's all done up with performance parts. In 2018, I was building 911s, and I was putting all manner of different rims on them just to see what they look like. And some of them look good, some of them didn't. This one I like, but I think I could do better. I love the stripped-down, old-school kind of aesthetic here. It even has physical window cranks. Yeah, it looks amazing. Super happy with it. You can see the calipers in there. I'm glad I painted them black. I thought about painting them red, but I think it would stick out against the overall black. And I love the oil slick look to it. Down some rubber there. I noticed when it shifted gears, it didn't go sideways. It is drifting toward the center line. So 197. Go ahead and start braking, and we'll fly off the end of the track. Yeah, 197. I actually didn't think it would go that fast. I thought it would be 150 or so. Almost 200 miles an hour is not too shabby. I think this car sounds better than some of the other ones. The last car we did had a really high-pitched whine to it. This one doesn't sound quite like that. It's not flat again. Can we make it? Yeah, got that right at the stop. I decided to not wreck this car since it's going to be my car. Yeah, 197. That's perfectly acceptable. Wrong button. Oh no, that is right. Okay, and we're back, and the only question is how much is this car worth now? And that is going to be $254,000. Holy crap. I did not expect it to be that much. I think that's now the most valuable car I have done. And I'm keeping it, obviously. I'm keeping more cars than I'm selling lately. So where are we? We didn't gain a level. Still like 400 XP short from the next level, which is too bad. I really want more parking spaces out here. You listening to me, Red Dot? I would really like to have some more parking spaces out here, because it's terrible to have so many good-looking cars and not be able to display them all. So get on that. Or somebody mod the game to let me park more cars out here. That's what I need. Alright, cool. So this is probably a long one. I don't know exactly how long I've been recording, but I should probably go ahead and wrap it up. So, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm sure we will be doing more Porsches in the future. So, on that note, bye for now.